So, we're back playing Beacon Pines. We are on Chapter 6. We have gotten to a couple of different endings already. Please check out the previous video if you would like. And we're going to go try to get through the rest of this game. I don't know what else is going to happen. It's been pretty, surprisingly dark for the art that it has. But I'm a big fan of it. Let's see if I can remember any of the voices I gave any of these characters. Probably not going to go very well. You guys know. You guys, if you saw the last video and wanted to watch this one, you know the dumb voices that I did. We'll see if they're any good this time. All right. Enjoy. You're tired? Oh, sorry, Danny. I can't help you with that. I'm pretty tired myself. All right. Chapter 6. We're on page 63. Why can't we be on page 69?
Through thick and thin. Okay. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Ooh, Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
I have to find my Rollos. Candies. Candies for the antlered boy. Oh, sorry. That's not going to work. I'm going over here. Oh, hey. What did I give her? I gave her like a southern drawl. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. I mean, I guess. Space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Well, that sounds like we're going to the library, because the library is very quiet, and that's where the comic books are. Oh, look at all this. The festival. What's up, dude? How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. Haven't seen so much as an exuviae? And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay. Let's talk to Survey Guy. I don't really want to talk to Survey Guy. This guy is scary now that I know that he's out to get me, I think. Let's talk to him real quick. Unique New York. Unique New York. I'm gonna, what? I feel like I need to give him a new voice. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab bots. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift of a grip top sock. Is that what he said? Is that a tongue twister that's supposed to prepare people? Survey guy. Oh, welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. I mean, I kind of want to miss it. I'm going to talk to my friend real quick. What about this guy? Can I hit him? Slap, slap, kick him. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart. Weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's going to be the worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. I see I walked into... Hello, Vic. Exactly. But lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Bits. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Bits makes a good point. To be honest. Get some lemonade. Ain't moving. Yeah, yep, I'm all for you, buddy.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Move along with the crowd. Oh shit, guess I'm going to bed now. Hello, Vic. How are you doing? Welcome in. Jeff, what are you doing, buddy? Hey, Jeff, everything all right? Oh, yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca.
That's definitely not the
furrowed
voice.
brow,
That's not the voice I gave him before.
then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Yeah, let's just stare off into the distance. Always nice. Bryce, if you need to go to bed, get some sleep. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you stopping by even for a little bit while you're so tired. All right, we're just enjoying the river here. That's cool. All right, Jeff, good talking to you. Let's go talk to every single time. Yup. Oh, wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Okay, well, that guy, he's kind of funny, but also he was kind of a dick too. Oh, look at all these people. What's up, buddy? A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Hey, you don't want to read to me today? Oh yeah, Rice, you gotta wake up at illegal o'clock, don't you? Legal o'clock of 2 a.m. is too early. Hello, Shar. How are you doing? I'm walking around. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the foul harvest. I had my doubts about the perennial harvest. These voices are very different. I had my doubts about the perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Cool. She's reading. Come on, tell me the rest of this tale. What's going on back here? What you guys doing? Hiya, Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Sariel became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Oh, do you like Griffin? I'm gonna tell Griffin right now. I'm gonna go talk to Griffin right now. Tell him how much you asked about him. What's this girl doing? Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True. So what you got in there? Books? Yeah, you were reading books. What are these guys saying? I was able to return the perennial harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't gonna harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Mm-hmm. Sure. Ooh. Come on, talk to me, Bat Lady. Dawn? Hey, I got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first, until I eavesdropped on a couple of glossy clipboards. What if I told you this whole thing is really A special shindig for a special super secret guest of honor. Special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks there's a big deal. PH thinks there's a big deal? Who's PH? Oh, okay, I can't open that door. Hello, Kaylee. No, look, the bat is asleep. Look, she's sleeping. She's sleeping, it's fine. Everything's fine. Hey, Luca. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. I know I need to go to the library. Hey, Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Oh, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, water treatment, building regulations. Oh, that's great. Census taking? Emergency services? The police officers? The firefighters? Everything!
The Master Control Program has chosen you.
Thank you for the follow, Viking Goddess.
Your system on the game grid.
It's okay, Lear, you're gonna come live with me instead. And do you not think that I would fight tooth and nail?
I'm worth millions of their
Fight
9 years.
100% tooth and nail to keep Leary custody. Kaylee, thank you for gifting a sub to Viking Goddess. I appreciate it. Wait, wait.
No one user wrote me.
Oh my god.
I'm worth millions of their
Dark.
9 years.
Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Wow, IK, we got Muffin, we got Robbie, we got Daily Chronicle, we got Poofs, we got Shakes. Yes! I remembered something, Kaylee. I knew that was your mom. Hello, Kaylee's mom. You'll never take my trash panda. Ange, I'll see you in court. I will see you in court. None of this 50-50 split custody bullshit. We're doing 70-30. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Mommy, Daddy, what's court? I feel like I looked away and then there's chaos, but I've been here the whole time. Hello, Charlie. Well, welcome back, Charlie. You know, sometimes it happens.
No one user wrote me. I'm worth millions of their 9 years.
11 months, Silent. Amazing. I'll see you in the dark alley behind the Denny's. No one takes my trash panda. Oh my goodness. All right. Thanks so much, Silent. I really appreciate that. For the 11 months. And Dark, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. I was actually going to put that away so that was out of the way while we're playing the game. Here we go. Let's go find Rolo. I think he's at the library, like we said. We're going to do some dumb voices. Wait, but isn't there ice cream at Denny's? Or is Denny's ice cream not good enough? Is Denny's ice cream not good? I don't remember. I haven't gone to Denny's in a very long time. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I want to read this. Library. Somewhere quiet. Yeah, let's go. I'm sorry for the chaos that I mean, it happens. It happens, Ange. Okay, we got... alright, let me talk to this guy real quick first. Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know Hank Atomic's shrink array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo! That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right. Sorry. Jace is always out here just spoiling shit. Charlie was so enamored by the voices that we did that she just blanked out. Charlie was like, I'm so just relaxed that it's time to. Oh, man. All right. Hey, Luca.
Hato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the 5th king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it here, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Okay. Planet 4. Okay. It seems like it would be up here.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
Alright, what's over here, though?
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
No, it would be this
Luca
one.
grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Yeah, number 5. Ah, you found it.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp.
You hit it, Denny's, because it's 3 a.m. You're drunk off your head and kicked out of a Taco Bell drive-thru. Oh my gosh.
As he slid the
Ooh.
book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Oh, there we go.
Luca
We did it
clicked
right.
his tongue with recognition.
Mm-hmm. Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. Only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart? Grift in Griffin? Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Alright. Man, Kato, why are you so cool? Why is the librarian so damn cool? Can I look at this? No. Alright, we gotta go back to the Griffin's snack stand. It's all the way back over here. Aiming to stay away from Nun Creed, you know? I gotta go down here. Hey, Griffin. Come on, buddy. Hey, Griffin. Did Rollo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Unpaid for. Enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be like a riddle or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
I mean, yeah, just don't ask questions, just eat the corn dog. Ugh, yuck. It's cold. Oh, yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
I just chomped down on a piece of paper. Okay. Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the
Luca
step.
finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
Oh, it's getting to be a whole thing. So basically, none of them are very good at keeping secrets. Because she basically told me where I needed to go next. And then he basically told me where I needed to go next. So I go up here, talk to this lady. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. Rollo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? your final task of friendship brings. See, well, that wasn't so hard. I don't want a charm that just says hard. That doesn't seem appropriate. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? The final task of friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. You don't have to make it. Charlie, I'm sorry. Hey. Oh, hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this.
Sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Aw, got some sweet balloons. Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Well, now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were going to hang out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. So sorry, Luca. Okay. Apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him
Aw.
as tightly as he could.
Big hug. Yes. Rolo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around, try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's enjoys the fest. We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards writ down, writ the road down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I have been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. Theme is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Well, I mean, we tried to shoot it at that guy and it didn't do anything, so. Alright, are you going to the... You gonna go with... Okay, you're walking with me. Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go, Rolo. Me and you, best friends on these balloons, baby. What's in Nuncreed's drugstore, also? I have no background information. Bees. Slap bees. Okay. What was over here? Oh, it's all this stuff. Alright, we're fine. This isn't where I need to go. I don't need to go here at all. Sorry, Rolo, I made you run around town for no reason. Alright, Rolo, sorry, I forgot where our secret hideout is. Man, I'm high. I'm high as fuck. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not high. No one's high. We're going over here. Oh, hey, fishing dog. What's going on? Did you hear? After Mr. Kerr gives his big speech, they're going to have a first annual biggest catch competition. As long as the boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. All right, let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's do some flashback with Dad. Touch chair. Rolo, you're going to have to wait for a second because I got to see if any of these other words make me catch something. I don't have any other words. Okay. Never mind.
Luca rapped.
Never mind.
Hey.
None of these work. We already have all this stuff. Don't worry, Rolo. I'm coming back to reality. See, look, we're back to our cool place. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
Oh. I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
That's a very ominous message from Grandma.
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it.
Grandma, are you leading like a rebel cell or something? What's going on here?
God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
Love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
So, there's definitely something going on with Gran, because she's been talking to a couple of other people in town, and she never really tells us what's going on. Mom is missing, so something happened with Mom. Dad died at the factory that was like the fertilizer company in town, and it feels like everyone in town knows something about the factory that we don't. Hey, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what's going on. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. Aw, nice sweet moment with the boys. I mean, you know, you didn't have to go to all that trouble to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rollo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
No. Yeah, friends. Festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
What?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Did Grandma blow up the factory? Oh man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
A what? Excuse me? Did a... What?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
What the fuck?
Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene, in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end.
Oh man, okay, so there's multiple endings. Just so you guys know, if you guys hadn't seen the last part of this, there's multiple endings because we keep finding words to use in the story. But what the fuck is this? What the fuck happened?
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
That's so crazy. What an insane way to do this story. Because now, look, so now we have other branches, right? So we have this one all the way over here, which is where we were up there with Beck. And we have Fight or Flight, okay? Then we have this one, which is where instead of Rumble, we use Break. We don't have any other words for some of these other ones. Ooh, okay. Which one do you guys think you want to try? Oh yeah, it was Iggy and not Beck. This up here is us and Iggy up on top of the roof. And with Iggy, who had been deformed because of what we did here at hazardous hectoring. So we either go back to the one with Iggy, or we do this and do break instead of rumble. I think we got to do with Iggy, right? Yeah, let's find out. Because this one I thought could have had another branch, but apparently it doesn't. Unless we just haven't found that word yet. Alright, let's go to this one and use flight instead. Okay, so this is the one, just so you guys know, this one's also pretty dark. We're stuck in a treehouse, on the top of the treehouse, with Iggy, who was the little tiny guy that was next to the hip, the rhino. That little tiny guy got pushed into some sludge, and now he's kind of deformed. And we're being hunted by the clipboards, which is these like red panda guys, and the hyena. And now we're on top of the roof, kind of stuck there because they've cornered us at the treehouse. And Rolo is missing in this timeline. Rolo is missing somewhere in town. We don't know where yet. Jeez. Okay, we already did fight, so we have to do flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
I really love this game. Oh, here we go.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Hell yeah. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Wow, it's such a wild thing that they can put all this storytelling all in this very kind of like frenetic thing, because you're going from one timeline to the other and then coming back to a timeline that you had explored before, but with a different thing. It's just a very interesting way to tell this story. Oh man, that's really cool. Okay. That was actually pretty badass. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Oh, this is cool. This is the newest, like, brand new little area. Because we haven't explored anything like this yet in the... Oh, I didn't mean to go... What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we punch out. Let's get this over with. Is this like a negative zone sort of situation? Hold on. Because that looks like the same as the Beacon Pines sign that's outside of our house. Right? Like, that's the same structure. I don't want to look at that yet. I want to go back here for a second, because I want to look at this.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. Is this my... Luca! Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Oh, it's that bozo Kerr. Oh, it is Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. Okay, so this looks... Oh, this is so weird. Yeah, like, that little area, like Charlie said, looks like our house, where our house was, but without the house. Because, like, this is where... Looks like where the house would be. This is weird. Is this like a Stranger Things upside down situation? What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make the letters out under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Can't go that way. In situations such as these, I find it best to chuck stuff first and ask questions second. What do I have to chuck? Oh, here. Snowball. It's gonna say Beacon Pines. It's going to. Oh, God, come on. Snowball. Yeah, oh, God, come on. I'm not very good at throwing snowballs. I'm sorry. Yeah! Oh, shit.
The boys
Oh,
stared
shit.
in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. I mean, there's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell's going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Huh. Slap. What did your mother tell you about throwing things? Hmm? Nothing. Can't say shit. Oh, wow. This is crazy.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood. The stuff who put up? I don't know. They? I mean, why don't you have any answers? This stuff look familiar to you? Looks like the barrel near... It looked like the barrel near the puddle I, shoved me into, yeah? Let's not talk about that right now, buddy. We got stuff to do. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run. The word is swim. You can just say swim. Okay. Dude, this game has some dark shit to it. Like, how do you have an ending where
The
You and
crunching
your
of
friend,
footsteps trailing Luca went hush.
where you and your friend just get frozen.
He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. We have to keep looking. I mean, you can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want.
No one user wrote me.
I'm
with
done.
millions of their man years.
Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky.
Downtown Julie, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs to the community. Yeah, Leary, what were you saying? Very mixed feelings about this. She got a pretty voice, feels a little out of pace. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand what you mean, that it's a little bit, it does take you a little bit out of it, because there's certain parts where she narrates, some certain parts that they don't. My theory, my thing is that the game sets it up pretty well, because the game at the beginning of the game, she's reading the story to you, and then you kind of have to you get the story outside of what she's telling. So she is technically the author of the entire game story. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be a little bit abrupt. It goes a little bit too much. Quite like it, like the difference between. Yeah, yeah, it can jump in kind of abruptly, because you kind of be in the middle of dialogue, and then all of a sudden she's reading something. So I get that. Chris skips through her speaking sometimes. You know, I wasn't gonna really mention that, but yes, sometimes I accidentally skip through her speech. My fault. Sometimes I just hit the A button. I get a little too excited. You know, I get a little too excited about what's going on. Okay, Luca peered up at the darkening sky. I'm here to call you. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort.
Aww.
If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
I mean, you're all cold as hell in this sick town, so I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my
Iggy
temper.
motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get in fights?
Iggy shrugged.
Something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing, calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. I like how the more upset he gets, the more southern my voice gets for him. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and she already likes you. You have
He
Tish.
wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
Well, the answer should have been yup, but I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. Must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
Should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Don't sleep in the middle of the snow. That seems like a bad idea. That seems like a terrible idea. Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what? Huh?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
Aw. When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. That's cute. That's cute.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug.
Oh, this is a dream now. This is a dream now.
He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials.
So my future self, this is one of the dreams we had before in the previous stream, is that we saw our future self in this hazmat suit, and it seems like the future self is very cynical and such about just how we imagine our families. So
Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us.
yeah, I mean, well, the story is that he died at the factory,
The
but
doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes.
I do like the idea that they don't illustrate the dream, because the dream is kind of like just whatever you imagine when you like hear this story. So I think I do kind of enjoy this little
The
bit.
doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch?
So it looks like everybody's kind of like known that this company is bad, and maybe his dad was one of the first ones to try to expose them.
There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs.
Oh man, this is like, I honestly, like, this game, I was like, this game is like cute art. I don't know where it's going, but this is like tough.
Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in.
Oh, that doesn't... always a bad promise. Always a bad promise.
Luca hugged
You're
his
gonna go
father
do some
tightly.
hero shit.
Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Oh, and that's the last time you see them?
A
Or see your
figure
dad?
approached soundlessly from the
Oh,
foggy
it's
snowfall.
fucking crazy. Alright, who's
It
this?
stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me!
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
What voice do we give her? You two have certainly caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody? Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you?
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
Big-headed, scarfy-necked furball? Uh-huh. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
What? Why would you do that, Iggy? Wait. Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Come on, Iggy. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Hey, Chew, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Goes pretty good. We're getting into the thick of this story right now. So, come in, hang out. We're gonna do some voices. Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place.
Sorry for our chicken nugget. I haven't really spoken since we broke up. Chew, how dare you break Chicken Nugget's heart like that?
Cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Wheat Wood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here. But the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed. To pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so. Unless the auditing was impeccable. Mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Look at Iggy. Wait, that's the first time the narrator hasn't read that. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town, moved us all, and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is uncover...
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
Sounds super like alternate reality seems right to me. They did in Star Trek, why can't you believe it? The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance.
Yeah, it's where my house was.
As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy? It's not too late to turn back. Simple. Head west through Wheat Wood.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It
Man,
all
this is a
seemed to point to
crazy
parental
story.
harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Yeah, like where my house was, or oh,
Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
oh, he's going to his dad's grave. Oh boy. All right, Charlie. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good night. Enjoy your time with your with Miso and your husband. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. That has the lazy eyes of an animal who thinks they know a lot. In reality, they're just lost and don't realize it. Yeah. Ah, shit. We're going back to his dad's grave. That's
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
oh.
A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. 259K. Fall off distance is still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry, you ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. People who love them will never know the truth. Truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. You took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Is he dancing? Weirdo. Who's fucking dancing like that? Here, I thought I was a jerk. This game came up as good to play with your kids in a list. Feeling my 5-year-old my cry. I mean, there is some rough stuff in this one, Chew. There's some like deaths that I wasn't expecting in some of the endings. Like, oh man, these dinguses are out here literally dancing on grapes.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
Thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. I'm not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover? Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What'd I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate would have happened to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash? Leary, have a good night. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope mom and dad work it out. Leary, we'll work it out. We'll talk it out tonight. We'll talk it out. Leary, have a great night. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Oh man, this is crazy. So it can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Yeah, screw that hyena. What a dick. I'm gonna hit him with snowballs. Alright, we gotta go over here. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, okay, what? What could this possibly be? I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they gave kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Goddamn, Iggy! Iggy, you fucked up. I don't feel as bad about pushing Iggy into the sludge anymore. Like, at all. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months. Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. Figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. I mean, I guess that helps. Let's go blow this shit up. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days, rotting the children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. Yeah, we're just gonna explode some stuff. Oh, Jesus. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. What's over here, though? Anything? This is crazy. So this is Town Hall. This is where the well was. Okay, we can't do anything with that. I just want to check some things before we can move on, because... I go back here. I go up here to the... No? Okay.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig up a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Oh my god, here he is. Oh. It's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Tread, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
Hey, SJ, thanks for coming by. Oh, go get your move on. It's all good. Thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate you. Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation. It really is something, isn't it? What'd you do to our town? Just so you guys know, I finished Sandman, and now I'm basically trying my shittiest to do the Corinthians voice as Kerr. That's basically what I'm going for. Very southern. What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile, manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others, simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change? There. That's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know I'm an exceptional liar. Up, up, up. Ass far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. I like how they just back off. They literally moonwalked out of the thing.
Air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What? Like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh, Iggy. Oh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child. What have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call him back. How? On what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, clipboards will just hang us up, haul us up, and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. Oh shit. Am I gonna have to choose? I mean, I knew that I was gonna have to choose something, but holy shit. I don't want to die, but seeing the look in your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas
With a
Young.
wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
Oh my god. I wasn't expecting this shit. And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm not ready to do. I know we can go back. I know we can go back and see what happens. Oh my god, what do we do? I mean, I'm gonna accept it the first time. I'm gonna accept it the first time. We're gonna come back and do the refuse, because oh shit.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
That's crazy. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh my gosh. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me just what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquabine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. Useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and fireworks made the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case. Well, that means that's what Grandma did, right? That means Grandma went and exploded this thing and caused the cascade instead of just the fireworks being the right
We have
amount, I
some
guess.
idea what that would look like.
Yeah, we do. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, as it turns out, was to buy precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Beacon Pines 2, Pines Harder.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so we have a new word. So that's break, and then we did both of those. We can do let's do the refuse thing real quick and see what it looks like.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Yeah, so obviously that was going to be a bad ending.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Okay, so we did all those. I just want to make sure we did the things that we needed to do on all these. So now we go all the way back to the other branch. This is the other branch where we were before when Grandma fucking killed the whole town. So we got to go back over here. And we got break now.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
So this is the story where we went to Beck's house, went to dinner with them, with her family, and now we're supposed to meet Rolo at the tree house, but Rolo got mad at us that night because we got stuck in the house because of the storm. Now the storm's not gonna happen. So let's see what happens here. Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him
Luca
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you'd tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you gotta tell me. Okay, you can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. I gave her just a little soft, low voice.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, blooming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh! I wasn't expecting that to open. Oh, what did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Eris Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course, as long as everything proceeds as planned. There's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with potential collateral damage. There's one thing I've learned. That change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady. That's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing
It's
out
Grandma!
from all corners.
Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine.
It's
His
Grandma!
vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
I mean, how are you gonna hide that that's Gran? And just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Grandma, what are you doing? Grandma, your plan's not gonna work. You're gonna freeze the whole goddamn town. Oh, shit. Grandma, what the fuck?
Chapter 5. What big ears you have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of the old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure out things out there. Lead the way. All right, well, Grandma's a fucking... Grandma's badass. We already knew that, but man, didn't know how badass Grandma was gonna... Okay. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Oh, of course, we're not
The
worried.
clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted
Over his
sigh.
paunch. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Dubious. Dubious indeed. All right. Do I need to talk to Mr. Nuncreed or... Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Alright, bye, Mr. Nuncreed, you fucking weirdo that threw me down a pipe at one point during this game. Ooh, let's talk to the reading lady real quick. The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. Question is, the figure intoned, are you prepared to live with the truth? Is anyone down here? No. Okay. I just like to double check the areas because, like, I know there's like newish stuff. Better not dilly dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. I know. I mean, there's stuff to do. Look at all the stuff around here. Where's the bat lady? Oh, she's not here. Diner? Diner's closed. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the Perennial Harvest folks order the same drinks? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam? Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, customers are always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Huh? Open the town hall. Okay, yeah. Who's all out here? Oh, Kerr and... Can I go in here? No. That guy's at his house. We gotta sneak by or look...
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. I couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh, no, it's not like that at all. She's just busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. We couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr lopped his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean, the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out here. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yup. Little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. You didn't notice the two kids that are just right here? Okay. Weird. Alright, we gotta get to the treehouse. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? He's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never really thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about that time you tell me what the foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay, there used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used as fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. Oh, the foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. Next year, the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, you do everything right, it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason, their farm was hit harder than others. It sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came into town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town deep scrub. They even put us up at hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Oh, so that's how they moved the town. They made everybody move for a week, saying they were going to clean up groundwater and move the entire town. That's nuts. We better get going. Alright, I'm going to look and see if there's another word here. Yes, there is. Crooked.
Luca tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer...
Oop, here we go. Fishing. I don't know if fishing with a nail is the most, Oh, a picture. Oh, it's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Oh, look at those two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's the new job got to do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Interesting. So we caught all the fishing items. That's good. So we did all that. That's another. That's good. We finished all that. Hey, Rolo. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission
Rollo
Control.
waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Yep. So that has to go up. Great. It rolls up the window like a car window. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where'd you get the alarm, Rolo? He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Wait, am I supposed to hit that with something? Here we go. Boop! Oh, too far. Hold on. What the? Can I hit the... There we go. Hit the target. Oh my god. Oh my god, now it's moving. Oh god, this is gonna be... Okay. Okay, I gotta get better at this. There it is. Got it. Thanks, Rolo. Where'd you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff. Trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, it's pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luke, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe there were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. He keeps saying it was a man. You're wearing a mask, right? Yeah. And it could have been a woman. How'd you get away? I grabbed a rock or something, broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Era's Valentine meeting with Grant. Wearing that same sort of hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
They weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then when you saw your Grant in the same suit talking to Era's Valentine? Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so, we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it could have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. Mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? It's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. My gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Okay, so now I gotta go home and snoop on the house.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder.
Okay.
Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Whew. Oh, I got my sweater. Is there anything else in the room that I can mess with? I know, somebody's knocking on the door, I get it. Gran? Yeah, I'm coming. Relax. Oh, it's the kids. Rolo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
He has the fucking Sherlock Holmes hat. If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. And then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Alright, what's your second hunch, Rollo? Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat! It may already be too late. Just think of the mound of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anything where Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first? No dice, it's locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. It really is important. She probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm gonna take this important thing and huck it into a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, the kitchen. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed
Before
with...
he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Yeah, get up there. Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss. But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh, hey, let me just yank out this random
As
teacup
Beck
and...
pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
What? Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Hello, Owen. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. We are getting close to the end of this game, I think. But this is really, really interesting. It's a really interesting game. I hope you enjoy hanging out and listening to me do stupid voices and stuff like that. Have some fun. We're gonna go downstairs, find out what Gran's been up to. Oh. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe? Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. You need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Alright, let's look around.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Oh, that's my dad's name. What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor? Love this art style. Yeah, so this is Beacon Pines. This came out last week. So it's brand new. It's on Steam. It's on Xbox Game Pass too, or Microsoft Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, definitely check it out. It has a lot of like you choose your own adventure vibes to it. You kind of gain like words as you can go through to make choices, and every choice you make gets a different branch. So, and it kind of makes you do all the branches so you see the story from all these different angles. It's really crazy. I really, really like it. Really, really good dialogue too.
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. Let's best skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperatures continue to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms of Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to the report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something
Rollo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here, Ryan looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife's passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters in my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What, there has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut.
Okay.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Oh, is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. Clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on there. Both with question marks? Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark, but that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye? The killer has chosen her next victim! We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means is probably not good. I mean... Punch the punching bag. Oh, look at that rhythm. Boop, 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 boop. How many times do I have to hit this before I get an achievement? I'm waiting for it. Put it. Oh, stop, stop. Did I get it yet? Oh, come on. How many times? How many times? I don't have time for this. What do we have here? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive. And jam jars? Enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Oh! We gave jam to that guy and he was like, yeah, jam. Was she making it? She wouldn't have had me to walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar and ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A grand jamgram? A grand jamgram. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. Some more bombshell than a bomb, right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. I mean, okay. I mean, just quick. I just need to get the aggression out, you know? Okay, so we need to go back here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't follow that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance of town. And if we follow
Rollo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Oh, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on the map has the same symbol as these explosives over here. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited for about for the past month? The festival. Oh, Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. No, she's not trying to blow up the festival. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Oh boy.
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
Oh, Grandma's home.
Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Oh. Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
I think it's Mr. Fratelli. Yoo-hoo!
thump,
Not here to hurt anyone.
thump,
I'm just here to help. Just...
thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Oh my god, Rollo's gonna attack this guy. Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me, but there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Oh my god. I didn't realize this game was going to have so much.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to
we can't
know
let him
what
go.
he was
We need
doing
to
in
make
Luca's
him
house.
Yeah, make this guy talk.
After some deliberation, it was decided.
Oh, I mean, we're going to do good cop, chill cop. Let's do chill cop first.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Oh my god, this is going to be ridiculous. I'll handle this. I just got to play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Oh, golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, all right. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and I'll call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my Grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my Gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know I can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your Gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah? So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. Board with names of people in town, archive my dad's old disturbing patient
Luca
notes,
gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Yeah, don't hurt Hiram.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This will all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
Oh, he's gonna run away. You see, this town has secrets. Luca, very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought
He
to
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. Son of
Beck
a...
darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. Let the adults handle
They
this.
looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. Oh, this is gonna be the end
They
situation.
heard
Okay.
the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Oh, that's not how it ends,
Well,
baby.
we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a back to the drawing board.
Okay. So we need to do that again. We gotta be hard cop. I just want to make sure I don't have any other... Nope, no other ones. We're doing hard cop now. Slap this guy.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Let's go, Rolo.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well. Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver?
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
Oh, I gotta make him do it different. I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in the dirt. As for you, looks like you're
The
sweating.
doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
Oh my god, this is gonna hurt my voice. This is gonna be bad. Hold on. Let's just drink some water before doing this voice anymore.
He slammed the table again.
Now dance. What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He shook
lord.
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Oh,
Rollo swung around.
he was
with
too
a
he was too
repentant grimace.
sensitive for that. Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need we need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Kato. Hold on. Let's talk to Jace real quick. Jace? Jace, stop. Okay, I gotta talk to Jace. This is a dang nice library. Oh, thanks. We work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Mrs. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rollo, I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sorta don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do all go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Hey, page 69. Nice.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
Yeah, we're just reading all these newspaper clippings. I'll have to if I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full, wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really, that's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, we're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? J. Hartford? From the Brookfield Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. Oh, if your grand is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living
The
with?
question hung in the air.
Oh, that's not his grand. What? All right, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh, crap. Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Oh,
Luca's
not his
heart
grandma?
was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh,
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
oh my God! Now I gotta go do. Oh, this is so crazy. Okay, let's go down there, check on Mr. Tolliver because he's probably dying down there. Oh, he escaped. Oh shit. Oh
Mr.
no.
Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a
Or
trace?
maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Oh, don't... I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. Guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Alright, I don't know if I feel good about eating Mr. Nuncreed's jam, because he's kind of a dick. Can I close this? I feel like I need to close that. Oh, close that. Oh no. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed. Play it cool. Oh.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him.
Okay.
With
Okay.
each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Is it because of the
His
jam?
stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The jam? It was the jam. The jam knocked him out. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? The jam was for Mr. Nuncreed to knock him out. Rest now. Let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Yeah. Well, because he's in on the plot. We know
Shaking
that
the questions from his woozy head,
from another
Luca snapped
timeline
back
that
to the matter at hand.
Nuncreed is kind of in on it. The festival. All right, let's get out of here. Door. I think I have to go. But let's just check this real quick. No one's in here. Get a couple. Just wake myself up a little bit. All right, let's get out of here. We gotta get to the festival, baby. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators? Not this one. The one intended Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Ho, ho, ho! Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. Mr. Nuncreed's just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everything is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh, man. I unfortunately have run out of time. So we have to finish this another night. I wasn't expecting this to be this long, but we must have been doing a whole bunch of random stuff. There's a lot to this story. All right, we're going to have to come back to this. We'll be back on another night to finish this one. Because, holy shit.